Good morning, my friends. Welcome to Roger's Reflections on Tuesday, March 16th in the year 2021. Today I'm going to be reading to you from the Gospel of Matthew, the 11th chapter, verses 28 through 30, familiar and comforting passage to many of us. Jesus is speaking here. Come to me, all you that are weary and are carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Come to me, all you who are weary and are carrying heavy burdens. How many times have we said, man, I'm tired? How many times do we think we've got a lot that we're carrying? Or you know someone who is carrying a heavy, heavy burden. And then also, how many times have we thought about how difficult the Christian life is and how we struggle sometimes to do what is right, and we battle, we wrestle with our sins, and we wrestle with all that stuff, and we try to do our very best, and sometimes it just seems it's very, very difficult to be the person of God that we want to be, that God created us to be. And so it seems to be at odds there. That weary, and Jesus is talking about gentle and humble, and his yoke being easy and light, and yet we struggle with doing what we're called to do, living out our Christian life. But I think, that the focus here is different, and here's, for me, what is important about this. When you are weary, when you're tired, when you've been carrying a heavy burden, life is difficult, just period. You're not able to see anything else. You're not able to do anything else. That becomes your in all and be all. Everything becomes how tired, how burdened you are. It prevents you from seeing and doing anything else. It prevents you really from being the person that you were meant to be. And so we need rest in order to function like we're supposed to function. You understand this, physically. If you've been going and going and going for so long, that there's a part of me that wrestles with this, and this is the workaholic in me. If you the more you work, the more you get done. But there comes a point in time when you become weary and your productivity bottoms out, and you need to rest. There is a need to rest, not only our physical bodies, but our mental, our emotional state, our spiritual, our souls. We need to rest. We need to recharge. We need to refuel, renew, revive, whatever you want to call it. We need that in order to be the person that we're called to be. And there are times when it seems like, Lord, I don't have time to rest. I'm too weary. My responsibilities are too great. I've got to do this. But we need to take that time, because Christ understands the human heart, understands the human condition. We need to take the time to rest, to renew. And the best way to do that is to lean into Christ. Jesus says, at this point in time, and we notice this, whenever he was dealing with someone who was struggling, he was gentle, humble. Now, people who were being obnoxious and who were very aggressive and stuff like that, he stood up to them. He was, I won't say harsh, but he was very stern. But for the people who are truly weary and worn down by the world and worn down by whatever situation they find themselves in, he was always gentle and humble. And so if you're in that situation, Jesus says, I am gentle and humble with you. Come and take my yoke. It's easy and light. light and find rest for your soul. And when our soul is rested, well rested, we will find that we're able to handle everything else so much better. So if you're weary today, if you're burdened today, take Christ's yoke upon yourself and find rest for your soul. Hope this helps, my friends. Take care, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.